Hey, welcome back everyone. This is Uncle Frank, and I am not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Hey guys, Wall Street on Friday managed to snap a 4-week losing streak with the benchmark S&P just about making it over the flat line into positive territory. After ending in correction territory last week, the index has rebounded. The Fed Reserve played a big role in helping the S&P's weekly advance, according to Wall Street Breakfast. The central bank on Wednesday held interest rates steady as widely expected. Moreover, its updated dot plot showed lower GDP projections, higher core PCE inflation expectations, and no change in interest rate estimates. Remember, the Fed said that, guys. Lower GDP, higher PCE, no change in interest rate estimates. However, it was Chair Powell's comments at the post-decision press conference that made the headlines. Powell said any inflation caused by President Trump's tariffs would only be transitory. There's that word again. Market participants saw the developments as dovish. One thing Jay Powell and the financial media didn't mention is the president's tariff negotiations have secured over $3 trillion in new U.S. manufacturing investment. That's because we have a businessman in the White House again. Isn't that better than arguing about biological males using the ladies' room? The press, however, had a field day with the president's attack on Yemen. Does the U.S. military even know why it's bombing Yemen? Sources tell military.com there had been no attacks against the Navy since before Trump's inauguration. Many of my contacts think this attack is all about Israel and Iran. That in part may be true, but I have another theory. Lower gas prices have been promised by this administration. That's much harder to do when the Houthis are attacking shipping routes in the Middle East. One important point the press wants to stay away from is that Houthi terrorists have launched missiles and one-way attack drones at U.S. warships over 170 times, and at commercial vessels 145 times since 2023. We all know oil prices escalate when there's conflict in the Middle East. We also know Trump plans to become energy independent again. Drill, baby, drill. So while Yemen claims it's doing all this out of love and sympathy for the Palestinians, I'm sure the Arab countries benefit from higher oil prices when Yemen attacks commercial vessels 145 times in a span of only 2 years. Don't worry, guys, I'm getting to the market, but I have to show you something interesting. This article claimed there have been no attacks against the Navy since Trump was inaugurated. But did they deliberately leave out this? Yemen's Ansarallah launched surface-to-air missiles at an American F-16 fighter jet for the first time on Wednesday, February 19th. That was 4 weeks ago, guys. Donald Trump was president, and the media went out of its way to suppress this. Uncle Frank had to go to the Palestine Chronicle to get this news for you. Now, this is not investment advice. I am not an investment advisor. I will never tell you to buy, sell, or hold any security or cryptocurrency. But subscribers to this channel know what I'm long and why. I look for the next big thing, the disruptors. This show covers my personal speculative account, not my 401k or self-directed IRA. This account has never been for widows and orphans. Uncle Frank wants his money back from Adam Aaron. He wants to be completely debt-free, and he wants a drop-top R8. And God willing, this is the account it will come from. It's been a rough ride lately, but Archer, or ACHR, is up 72% over the past year. Surf Air Mobility, or SRFM, is down 41.69%, but I'm still in the money on my trade. On the quantum side, D-Wave or QBTS is up 307% over the past 12. Rigetti or RGTI has soared 430%, and IonQ is up 132% over the past year. My only crypto position, XRP, has gained 294% over the past 12. This is where the risk is. This is where the volatility is. But speaking only for myself, this is where the opportunities are, and I'm in the money on all my positions as of Friday. So let's start with XRP and this headline from Saturday morning and Dim Sum Daily. It says it all. The price of XRP has not experienced the anticipated surge following Ripple's victory over the SEC. After the SEC officially dropped its appeal against Ripple, market participants expected a substantial price increase. Instead, XRP rose only 13% to a peak of 260 before retreating to approximately 240, leaving investors puzzled about the muted response. Yes, Uncle Frank is also puzzled, and so are all of my trading buddies. Now, guys, I'm not selling any of my XRP. It's still my biggest position, and if I ever run for the hills, I will disclose it to all of you and tell you why. The truth is, I bought more on the news to mark the occasion. I thought it was going to race over 3. I never thought it would trade in the 2s ever again. But I was wrong, again, and I'm not afraid of telling my subscribers when my compass is off. The truth is, this project is being controlled, a nice way to say manipulated, and I can point to several key incidents to prove it. Take this well-known headline from January. Bank of America doing 100% of internal transactions on XRP with 83 patents. Sound Planning CEO on Fox Business. Look, even if this was fake news, a headline like this involving one of the nation's largest banks would have sent any other token skyrocketing, period. Nothing you could say would convince me otherwise. You want another example? Guys, when the leader of the free world mentions your crypto project by name first as being included in the nation's first and new crypto strategic reserve, that alone would send any other coin to Pluto. Now, he took this away from us almost immediately, but my point still stands. Could you imagine if the president said Shiba Inu instead of XRP? That coin's ass would have exploded. Now, XRP is a big girl, a lot of tokens out there, just over 58 billion. It takes a lot of money to move a ship that big, but 5 billion XRP in 24 hours. What's happening? At Crypto Barbie, I prefer Crypto Wendy myself, a well-known figure in the cryptocurrency community, recently drew attention to a sharp rise in XRP transactions. She referenced a post from Scott Melker, host of the Wolf of All Streets podcast, who highlighted that XRP transactions had skyrocketed, reaching 5 billion in just 24 hours. According to Melker, XRP wallet activity surged by over 600%, signaling significant movement in the market. Quote, "Big money is moving. Something is brewing with XRP," he stated. But again, nothing. If all that wasn't enough, we've got the nearly 20 ETFs in the pipeline, and suspiciously absent is BlackRock. Now, if you're in the ETF business, you can't sit on the sidelines when the President of the United States mentions your coin by name, okay? It's just not going to happen. So that gave birth to another rumor, breaking news, evaluating the $9 trillion BlackRock XRP rumor. Recent rumors have sparked excitement in the crypto community, suggesting that BlackRock plans to invest $9 trillion into XRP potentially skyrocketing its price to $397 by March. That's $397. But is this claim realistic? Let's break it down. Look, guys, just the rumor of XRP being bought by BlackRock should advance the coin. Again, nothing. So then we learn crypto ETFs likely won't be approved until new SEC chair is sworn in. President Donald Trump named Paul Atkins as his pick to lead the agency, but no hearing has been scheduled yet to confirm him. But of course, here it is, first Solana ETFs in the US set for trading debut on March 20. This launch happens 3 days after Solana futures started trading on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Okay, what's happening here is Wall Street and Washington are picking favorites now. We're going to need to watch this bullshit because I've got some questions. The Solana ETF, ticker SOLZ, and 2X Solana ETF, ticker SOLT, began trading on the NASDAQ. These ETFs allow investors to gain exposure to Solana's price movements without the complexities of direct cryptocurrency ownership, such as wallets, keys, or security concerns, but not XRP. Now, the good news is the SEC chair confirmation hearing is slated for March 27th, so we'll add that to the calendar. But it wasn't the Democrats slowing it down this time. It was the White House. They were dragging their feet in handing over materials to the committee. But I have more questions no one wants answers to. Who asked the White House and or the SEC to bring this shit case in the first place? Was it lobbyists representing SWIFT? SWIFT has had a monopoly on the cross-border payment business for over 50 years. I'm sure they don't want to lose that. Mr. President, is it America first or Belgium first? Or is this the globalists that want to maintain control? Was this case also about the power to sanction foreign governments? Why was XRP singled out of thousands of projects? Was this case designed to slow Ripple down and tie up the technology in court until it could be replaced or replicated? Is that what Solana is being pushed ahead for? The coin was never a security, meaning XRP. That's always been clear. It'll never pay you a dividend because it's not a stock. Owning XRP doesn't give you fractional ownership in Ripple because it's not a stock. XRP will never pay you interest because it's not a bond. You might stake it, but that's not the same thing, is it? Buying XRP doesn't give you the right to buy or sell more of it in the future at a fixed price because it's not an option. So it's been clear from the beginning that it wasn't a security. So how can placing it with institutional investors be a violation of securities laws? Did Judge Torres give the SEC that partial win in court so the SEC wouldn't have to pay court costs or Ripple's legal expenses? And since this case targeted one project and was a sham from the very beginning, should the court rule that the SEC should pay court costs, Ripple legal expenses, and damages to us, the coin holders? I say yes. I call bullshit, and it's time for a huge airdrop from the government to all us XRP holders. And it looks like Uncle Frank isn't alone. Breaking: Jimmy Valley, founder and managing director of Val Hill Capital, is seeking a $500 billion restitution for XRP holders from the SEC. So let's look at the week ahead. All times are Eastern. Monday, March 24th, 9:45 a.m., S&P Flash Services and Manufacturing PMI. Tuesday, 10 a.m., Consumer Confidence and GameStop earnings after the bell. Thursday, the 27th, 8:30, initial jobless claims and GDP. Remember, Jay Powell is hoping for poor GDP readings so he doesn't have to help Trump and the rest of us with a rate cut. Also, the Atkins confirmation hearings will be underway this Thursday too. Friday, March 28th, 8:30 a.m., personal income and spending, but also the big dog, the Fed's favorite, the PCE index. Jay Powell said he expects this to rise, so again, he won't have to cut rates. For my D-Wave fans, on Monday the 31st, D-Wave's annual Quantum Computing User Conference begins and goes through April 1st at the Phoenician Resort in Scottsdale, Arizona. Now, there are some other upcoming events you may want to add to your calendar. For example, the Washington, D.C. Blockchain Summit for 2025 happens on March 26th. And notably, World Quantum Day will occur on April 14th of this year. And before I wrap, here's some headlines you might have missed. The Boston Celtics sold for $6.1 billion to Sixth Street's Bill Chisholm. Citi hiked its gold price target to $3,200. Elon Musk's Doge hired a Ken Griffin staffer for national security work. Trump signed an order to begin dismantling the U.S. Department of Education. Nike's sales are plummeting. Apple TV is losing $1 billion a year. Trump says the Fed would be much better off lowering rates as tariffs start. U.S. households are more invested in stocks than ever, and UBS is exploring moving its headquarters unless Switzerland cuts capital demands. They got much bigger problems than that. Keep an eye on UBS. Hey, I want to thank you for watching, and please remember to hit the like button after this slide if you enjoyed the presentation. Subscribe to the channel and set the alert so you're notified when I have new information to share. See you at the bell.